Hello, Faelan Shiva here with stars and cards for the Everyday Priestess channel, where I offer a 2-week astrology forecast. I usually post these just before the new or full moon, and that's kind of how I set the rhythm of which 2 weeks we'll talk about. So, we have the full moon in Sagittarius in a couple of days. But I'm going to also talk about something that happened just a couple hours ago that is a really big deal, which is that Jupiter entered the tropical sign of Cancer. And Jupiter takes a whole year to go through a sign, and he only gets to Cancer every 12 years. So we'll be feeling that shift. Jupiter is one of those planets that's kind of right between the personal planets and the outer planets. And I find, but maybe it's because I'm a Sagittarius and a Pisces moon, both ruled by Jupiter, I find that I really feel what Jupiter is up to. So moving from Gemini, for the last year, Jupiter's been in Gemini. So much information, so many choices, misinformation, disinformation, storytelling, lies, options, ideas, aha moments, just this overwhelming amount of stimulation, mental stimulation. And now we're moving into Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. He's comfortable being there. He likes it there. And also now we're going from mind to heart, to womb. Cancer is the waters of emotion, the waters of self-healing, the waters of the mother. And having Jupiter move there and be happy to be in that sign, right? Planets have different places in the zodiac where they're very comfortable or a little fidgety, to put it mildly. There's going to be an expansion. Whatever Jupiter touches, he expands. He makes it bigger. Go big or go home. That's his motto. So in the realm of Cancer, that can really expand our emotions. That can make us feel that our emotions are bigger than life. That can also very much be about fertility. So if you are not trying to create more humans, use safety measures for sure for the next year. And if you are trying to create more humans, best of wishes to you. This is probably a good time. Of course, that's going to depend on your individual chart. But Jupiter in Cancer does expand family. And if we think about the mythology of Jupiter, is there anyone better than creating blood relatives? Whether the means were good or not. It was a very prolific procreator. And then, of course, what I really want to focus on is this feeling of sanctuary. That's what I really want to emphasize in this Jupiter into Cancer transit. We'll be here for a year. We need to tend to our inner world so that our inner world is a sanctuary. And that is an extremely difficult thing to do in the times that we're living in. Today is June 9th, 2025. And I'm in the United States of America. And it is a very unsafe, unfriendly, chaotic time and place to be. So how can we create this inner sanctuary so that we have a place to rest? Not because I'm not trying to tell anyone to put down their sword and shield. But we need to find a place that we can create inside of ourselves where we can trust our feelings. This is imperative. Get out of our heads, get out of that Jupiter and Gemini energy where it's like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. What's real? What's not real? There's so many different viewpoints and so many different ideas. Like our brains were just an open radio station, just receiving and transmitting constantly. Now we need to sink into the waters of our heart and womb. And if you don't have a womb, your heart and the parts of you that really feel instinct and rhythm. Instinct and rhythm. The part of you that knows. But we can't feel that if we don't keep our sanctuary, our inner sanctuary, clear, tended to, fed, rested. So, yeah, this isn't, time to tend to self-care, go take a bubble bath and turn off the news because that will solve the world's problems. But also it's not that, it's not that. We do need to find ways to regulate our nervous systems so we can feel. It's so important. Our human bodies, our nervous systems are actually tools to navigate the world. But if we keep them in high-strung stimulation, they can't read. They can't intuit, it can't guide us. Okay, that's my Jupiter and Cancer TED Talk at this moment. Okay. Then in the middle of the night on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, 12:43 a.m., Wednesday, June 11th, Pacific time, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. It's wildly out of bounds. Quickly, what that means without a lot of astronomy. It's like this adventurer Sagittarian energy has the ability to go so far out of the norm, so far out of what's expected, so far out of the box of the known. The known. So there's this opportunity for us to take that Sagittarian arrow of purpose, of what really fills our lives with meaning, and to shoot it toward our impossible dream. And it is square the nodes of the moon at this time, in South Node in Virgo and North Node in Pisces. So we have to just, this is what it feels like to me with an out of bounds Sagittarius full moon. Turn off the noise of both of those nodes. Turn off the noise of good advice. Turn off the noise of all of your imposter syndrome. Turn off the noise of, well, am I good enough, or have I done enough, or have I trained enough? Even turn off the noise of the North Node, which is in Pisces and so much about dreaming and merging and spiritual compassion. These are excellent qualities, but just focus, laser focus on the dream that has the most meaning to you. If it doesn't have deep meaning, if it doesn't feel like your North Star, then it's not gonna, it'll go okay. So that's your opportunity. I did my usual free tarot spread about it, which you can find on my socials and in my email newsletter. And I believe the questions were, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? And a couple other questions that I don't remember off the top of my head, but you should go look on my socials. I'm Faelan Shiva on the socials. So those are the two big ones that I wanted to cover. And of course, in 2 weeks' time, we have plenty of other things going on. One lovely one is on June 20th at 7:42 p.m. Pacific time. The sun enters 0 degrees Cancer, conjunct Jupiter. And whenever the sun hits tropical Cancer, 0 degrees, that is our moment of summer solstice. So summer solstice is this moment of manifestation. It's the longest day of the year as well, you know, and there's this expansive energy, and I imagine it's going to feel even more expansive conjunct Jupiter. So whatever it is that you do to really honor and celebrate this bursting forth of life that is summer solstice, I hope that you enjoy it. Definitely get out and do some playing if you can. Any other ones we want to talk about? I really just kind of go with the highlights for the sake of time so you don't get bored. Yeah, we got that. On June 17th, we have Mars moving into Virgo. Mars has been in fiery, courageous Leo. Mars is very comfortable there. Now Mars is going into Virgo. Not so comfortable. Virgo likes systems and order, and Mars likes to just go do it. Just get it done. So we will want to channel that energy. That's a lot of passion for troubleshooting, for editing, for getting the facts straight, and also for really finding not necessarily our soul purpose, but our purpose in like, how can I be useful in the world? What do I want to get really good at? So Mars and Virgo is an excellent combination for it if you want to really apply some grit and get good at something. Okay, but do watch out for getting really judgy at yourself and your loved ones. Okay, Mars and Virgo, that's a lot of fiery passion that if it doesn't have a healthy outlet in Virgo, will just get very judgy. Okay. Nitpicking, just constant nitpicking until like whoever you're nitpicking is just an open scab. So don't do that. Find yourself a good project that really takes some skill that you're interested in and put that energy there. And then we'll meet again before that. Yeah. So those are the big ones. Yes. And I'll pull our one card. And since I've already done the tarot spread for the full moon in Sagittarius, I will focus this one card on our Jupiter moving into Cancer. What is one card that wants to be heard about what we need to know about this Jupiter into Cancer transit? And of course, this will happen in a different place in every single person's birth chart. So you can look at where Cancer lands in your birth chart, and that can tell you some information about how you might personally feel that energy. Let's get all the cards facing the right direction. That's very fitting. The Four of Swords is about sanctuary. It's about rest. And with the swords, that is rest from communication, rest from thinking, rest from ideas. Now, here's something really interesting. Libra. This, I'm pretty certain. No, I'm not certain about that, so I'll keep my mouth shut on that. But in the tree of life, the 4 is Jupiter, right? So this is just another emphasis on how important it is that we take time out from the battle, if we are privileged enough to do so. I do not want to invalidate the experience of those who cannot take a break. But for those of us who can, even warriors need rest. We need to find that sanctuary within ourselves so that we can refill our batteries. Okay. Book your astrology readings and tarot readings at roseofvenus.com. And if you enjoy all this free content I make for you, do me a favor. I got nominated for Best of Sierra Nevada 2024, and you can vote for me every day from now until June 20th, and it would really help my little tiny single mama business get some visibility so that I can pay my bills and send my teenager to college. Okay, so to do that, go to votesierranevada.com, go to services, go to women-owned business, and go to Rose of Venus Astrology, and vote for me and submit it, and I am very grateful. I will talk to you all in 2 weeks. Happy full moon.